There's rumors circulating right now between the Pittsburgh Steelers and Justin Fields. And Adam Schefter was on the Pat McAfee show just yesterday talking about it.
Dude,
and don't you have the clip here, actually?
I do. I'll play the clip here. But the rumors are intensifying because of this Adam Schefter, I don't want to say report, but I'll just say statement on the Pat McAfee show, which was just yesterday.
Some type of quarterback, whether that's Ryan Tannehill, whether that's Russell Wilson, whether that's Justin Fields, who Justin Fields, I know Mike Tomlin's a big fan of Justin Fields. We'll keep that in mind during the offseason in the coming weeks.
Wow.
So there'll be a decision that organization has to make in terms of the quarterback that they want to bring in. But they're not just going to leave it as Kenny Pickett, his starting job. Mike Tomlin made that very clear. So now it's which of these quarterbacks do they make a move for? Which one is somebody that they can go acquire? And who fits into what they're willing to give up to either another team or to pay that player?
Now, he told us literally nothing we don't already know. He didn't say anything we don't already know.
Yeah.
Tomlin loves Justin Fields. Yeah, no shit. We know this. Everyone knows this.
He was a big fan of him coming out of Ohio State. You know, there's a clip circulating out there of Tomlin saying, man, we know who we came to see. He's talking about Justin Fields.
At the Ohio State Pro Day,
yes,
when Justin Fields was entering the NFL draft, when he was selected by the Bears. And now, with the Bears having number 1 overall pick, there's massive talks that they might trade Justin Fields for whatever and draft Caleb Williams number 1 overall. Now, if the Bears were intelligent, if the Bears were smart, they would draft Marvin Harrison Jr. number 1 overall because Fields needs receivers.
Now, he's got one in DJ Moore, but outside of that, Cole Kmet?
Darnell Mooney's a free agent. Who else do you have?
Yeah, they're going to need someone to fill that void at wide receiver, too. That's Marvin Harrison Jr.
So if Ryan Poles was an intelligent human being, which he's not because he traded us the 2nd-round pick for Chase Claypool where we got Joey Porter Jr. Thank you, by the way.
Thank you, Chicago.
But if he's an intelligent human being, he would draft Justin Fields, a receiver, number 1 overall. One of the best wide receiver prospects to come out probably ever.
Yeah. Harrison's up there. You know, he's definitely a consideration to be number 1 overall. The guy's just a talent. He's living on the Harrison name for sure.
Right, but, I mean, I don't think the Bears should move on from Fields. I don't think Fields is terrible. I don't. I don't think he has lived up to the hype. I don't think he has the level of production that he should have, and most of that might be due to the OC changes, the O-line that is still very bare, the receivers that are just very inconsistent for him. I'm not trying to make excuses for Justin Fields, but yes, he doesn't have a great environment in Chicago. Chicago is the quarterback dumpster fire of the NFL.
It's quarterback graveyard, yeah.
My goodness. We thought the Browns were that. Now they're not. The Bears have taken that. Justin Fields is not worth a first-rounder. No.
Nowhere near.
He is not even worth a second-rounder. If you want to trade a second-rounder next year, that still might be a reach because no matter what you trade, if it's something high, whether it's this year or next year, it's a huge gamble just based on his production limitation and absolutely his turnovers.
The turnovers are a big question mark. Like, he cannot protect the football whatsoever.
It's a massive concern. And I also, just watching what I watched with Justin Fields and the Bears, the way he processes the field is still a concern to me.
It is.
So
now Fields is I consider him semi-established. We know the type of athlete he is. We know the type of highlight reel that he can be.
Yeah.
And he's shown glimpses that he can be a solid passer in the league. He's just got to work on the consistencies. But I would consider him semi-established. When it comes to the Bears potentially trading away Fields, they're going to want a first. They're going to want a second.
Well, they're not getting it from the Steelers. And if they do, man, I would really dislike it. And that would be a huge gamble that would have to pay off. Yeah. Otherwise, that will continue to set this team back.
But the Bears in general, whether it's from the Steelers or from, I don't know, the Broncos or the Falcons, that's being talked about.
Right.
The Bears are going to want big capital because Caleb Williams is a great college quarterback. I said this in the previous episode. Caleb Williams is a great college quarterback, but it's a big risk when it comes to him and how he was in college translating to the NFL. It's a big risk taking a rookie quarterback when you have a semi-established quarterback that could still work on his consistencies.
And frankly, I don't think Caleb Williams is all that.
No.
I don't think he's all that. Just saying.
I don't think he's generational. I don't really understand the massive hype of Caleb Williams. It's a big risk if the Bears are going to want to take him, so they're going to want a big they're going to want big capital in return to Fields if they're going to go with that risk.
Right.
If Poles is going to want to go with that risk.
Right. Now,
And if, let's say the Steelers are going to be in talks with Justin Fields, hypothetically speaking.
Okay.
Considering how much we finessed him with Chase Claypool and getting the second-round pick that was JPJ, you don't think that Ryan Poles is going to want a lot from the Steelers considering what the fuck happened?
well, you look at the trade deadline last year when the Steelers were heavy in talks with Jalen Johnson, and they still wouldn't give up Jalen Johnson, no matter what the Steelers threw at him.
No, they wanted
Because they wanted a lot.
They wanted a lot. They wanted, I think, that tops the second-round pick for Jalen Johnson.
Now-
and it was a little too steep for the Steelers.
Now, let's look at it this way. Maybe the Bears listen to all these, and they will. They will listen to all these offers.
you know,
regarding
offers are
Justin
going to be
Fields.
they're going to be pouring over in Chicago.
Maybe that their asking price isn't what they get. Maybe they get all these offers from these teams like the Broncos, like the Falcons, like whoever, like the Steelers potentially, right?
Yeah.
Let's say that they have it, like they have an asking price. Here's the asking price, and then these teams offer less, and then they realize maybe his value isn't as much as we thought. Maybe we can't get as much for Fields than we thought. Would that lessen their value? Could that help the Steelers get Fields because the Bears aren't getting greater options or as much value as they thought they would?
Depending on the offers, potentially, absolutely.
Now, me personally, I think any other team is going to give up a good amount for Fields because they're that desperate. I don't think the Steelers are going to trade for Justin Fields because, first of all, Art Rooney II has already confirmed that they're not going to make a blockbuster trade. He put it in the unlikely category.
Yeah.
He literally just said that last week. So I wouldn't expect the Steelers to make any blockbuster trades or blockbuster quarterback additions. They're not going to flesh out however much money or however much capital for a quarterback because, number one, that would force Kenny on the bench. No matter who they sign, if they make a massive addition, whether it's cap money or trade value, whoever they bring in would force Kenny on the bench because they would have to start that guy based on what they gave up or what they gave that quarterback. Kenny would not be the starter. The Steelers want Kenny to be within competition.
Yeah.
They're not going to bring in a blockbuster move and have Kenny in that battle because he's not. Whoever they bring in would be the starter. Do the Steelers want to give that up? Do they want to give Kenny the opportunity? Or do they not want to give him the opportunity if they make a blockbuster move? You got to consider that.
Of course. Of course.
And that's why I don't think they're going to make a move because they don't want to force Kenny on the bench. Would I take Fields?
I don't think the Steelers are just going to be aggressive in general.
No, I don't.
As much as I want them to be, as much as I want them to pull a swerve on the fan base and make an aggressive move, you know, do something out their comfort zone and show this fan base and everybody in the NFL, hey, we want to be aggressive. We want to be taken seriously.
Right.
You know, with the talent that we got, what we're trying to do, who we're trying to bring back, what we're trying to get back to. But I don't think the Steelers are going to do it.
No, I don't think so either. Their definition of competition or whatever is very different than Steelers Nation's definition of competition.
Of course.
We already know what that competition might be. But Justin Fields, if the Steelers are in talks, if they are interested, which again I doubt Fields makes it to the Steelers. I know that's heavy rumors. That's the high odd favorite. That's the heavy favorite. I don't think it's going to happen. They've shut it down. They don't want to take away the opportunity from Kenny. They don't want to force him on the bench.
And they're not going to want to trade so much capital that the Bears are going to want to obtain.
And I would accept Fields on the Steelers because I think it would add a level of competition. He'd add something different to the quarterback position that we need. Would he be the quarterback take us to the next level? I don't think so because Fields has not shown that. His production has not shown that. I know he hasn't had a great supporting cast in Chicago, but at the same time, you know, his level of production is still very concerning. What he's done in Chicago is still concerning. Do we want another Chicago first-round guy like that? Now,
Yeah.
Fields is way better than Trubisky, but nonetheless.
Yeah.
I don't know if Fields is that guy to take us to the next level. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the change of scenery is what he needs. Maybe the coaching is what he needs. Maybe an Arthur Smith system is what he needs. I'll admit, him and Arthur Smith's system would be pretty interesting to watch. But if they trade for Justin Fields, it has to be at the right price.
Yeah, you don't want to. I mean, the Steelers have overpaid. When it comes to contracts, I was talking about contracts earlier on. They're overpaying for that. How much do they want to overpay for a semi-established quarterback? They've overpaid enough, in my opinion.
I'm not trading a first.
No.
Not trading a second, not even trading a second next year. Maybe a third and a mid-round selection.
I would trade away the third, but I don't think Chicago's going to want to settle for that.
No.
Especially if there's other teams that may be more desperate, as you would say, but I would also put in the category more aggressive.
There you go.
More aggressive at wanting to obtain a quarterback. Like the Raiders, for example. I've heard that they want to be very aggressive at the quarterback position, whether that's a draft or free agency. Who's to say that they don't try to obtain Justin Fields and be aggressive?
I can see it.
Yeah, him paired with Devontae Adams and the targets they got, the new change of scenery on Antonio Pierce, they could do that.
There's going to be plenty of teams that are going to offer more than the Steelers were.
Yeah.
And they've already made their commitments, semi-commitments to Kenny Pickett. So as much as that doesn't sit well with us, it's just the facts. It's just the truth, and that's where the Steelers are lying with at the quarterback position. Unfortunately, I'd like a move. I'd like them to be aggressive. I'd like for them to get their next quarterback because it's necessary. You're not going to compete in this system. You're not going to compete in this league, in this conference, without a true quarterback.
The playoffs was very freaking
Maybe
evident.
Fields is that. Maybe Fields is not. But I love for them to be a little aggressive in that quarterback area.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt they will, though. But Justin Fields to the Steelers, the rumors are intensifying. I wouldn't expect anything crazy, but until a move happens, I guess the rumors are just going to be that. Rumors.